Hello, hello, Amir. How you doing? Saw that you made a Twitch account. Probably because YouTube cut off last time, right? Whenever YouTube cuts off, it seems like it's GG for the stream on YouTube. Yeah. So the second half of the last stream was lost because of YouTube, but Twitch is where you should go if that ever happens again, because obviously it didn't reconnect. It's supposed to, but I don't know. I guess it, because I'm not streaming directly to YouTube, maybe that's why it can't reconnect. Either way, how you doing? How's your day? I'm gonna noodle here a bit and then switch over to maybe some sketching and preparing, like the title says, for some October artwork. I could technically start a painting. That would probably be more exciting for the stream, because it's a simple painting, so I'll do that. Can you see my Into the Pit? Yeah. On Discord. Let me open that up. And if you want, because you suggested Bond from the Walton files, you can give me an idea if you want about how to depict it or make the drawing. Because otherwise I'm just going to probably draw something kind of generic. But yeah, up to you. So proud of it. That's good. I've been trying to film the tree tutorial, but it's not going good because I don't know. I don't feel like it works as a tutorial, so I'm gonna change my approach to it and film it as more of a documenting my technique type of video. That way it's like it feels like it'll be more useful that way. Oh, you sent it to me? Let me see. You should post it in the Discord if you want to. Yeah. Yeah, this is FNAF. FNAF. Good job, good job. So I guess this is how they look like when you're using the visor or something to see them. I actually don't know how the game works or anything, so I'm just talking. Based off the book, so yeah, see, I don't have any idea. I love it so much. That's good. Be right back. Yeah, take your time. What's up, dog? Hey, Moran, how you doing? Doing all right? Good, good. I'm doing all right as well. I think I'm gonna potentially be all over the place for this stream. I'll probably go on a little bit longer than normal, but the plan is to have what's it called? A couple of the October projects either in the planning stages or started. That's what we're gonna do. What I'm doing right now, I'm just kind of touching up a drawing that I was doing yesterday night because I was trying to film for the tree slash foliage tutorial. And I don't think I'll be doing it as a tutorial. I'll probably be documenting my techniques instead. So in the end, I guess people can use it in a tutorial way, but I just wasn't able to do like the traditional setup, I guess, of a tutorial. I just kept getting confused with how I'm supposed to be explaining things and all of that. So it's gonna be more so, oh, this is how I draw trees and this is how I do it. I, start with this and that shape and build it up this way. Use these marks, blah blah blah. And then, that's what that's gonna be. No editing, nothing like that. It just kind of, it's confusing to me, so. You might be the Mr. Beast of foliage tutorials. If there is such a market, that would amaze me more than anything, but yep. I'm sure it'll be one of those things that's more useful over time. Like the last time I made a tutorial was a tutorial for Clip Studio Paint settings, funny enough. It was like a couple of videos for Clip Studio Paint settings, and over the span of a couple of years they would be getting thousands and thousands of views. Because people are searching for these things, right? So they don't really explode, instructional videos. They don't really explode like that, but they do accumulate videos over time. They have a longevity. Because everyone wants to know how to do something all the time, right? There's always going to be people getting into a hobby or trying to learn how to do something, use a new program or whatever. And the best videos for that are always the short, to the point type videos. Oh yeah, I kept forgetting to ask throughout multiple streams, but you were talking about some moral thing. Question, I guess, that you were tossing around in your head. What became of that? Oh crap, my PNG's not okay. Yeah, I'll get that up. Okay, there we go. Welcome back, Amir. This song is too low energy right now. probably gonna fine tune my PGR playlist to have more high energy songs, so I probably have to cut out a lot of the music. Chores, homework. Hello, Bloomin. How you doing? I mean, it's kind of trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong, judging things and whatnot. This is standard for my thought process, though. It was just a really long week anyways. Finally get my first day off in 12 days tomorrow. Nice. So that was just compounding on it. You should listen to only Prussian military marches. Let me... check that. There was a mix for the German... I think it's the paratrooper choir, or if not choir, like, I don't know, like a chant or something. That's the only one I can recall in my head. Not a biased source, of course not. Oh, okay, so this is there's a playlist here for it. Cool. I'll check that out at another time. Russia's pre-1914. Russia ceased to exist after World War I. Good evening, Cherry. How you doing? Doing alright, catching up with work and whatnot. Go work. Okay, let me see if I can find that. Mars military person. Okay. Okay, found it. I think this is the one that I was looking at. Or maybe it was just included in it. No, yeah, this is the one. This is the one that I have. Hold up. That bird that it has. Made some progress today, which is good. That's good. Yeah, that's the 104 songs. That's Prussia's flag. That's... The Holy Roman Empire, was it like a similar flag to that? I guess, except like a two-headed bird, maybe? Holy Roman Empire flag. Why is German's flag today like that? Are they ever going to... Like, why do they do this in Europe with the lame three colors? Okay, yeah, the Holy Roman Empire flag is the two-headed bird with a shield and stuff like that. Different eagle. Looks very similar except that it has two heads. And yellow black background, of course. Oh. Maybe. I don't know, maybe. The Holy Roman Empire used the Reichsadler, and Russians technically did it, but it's different. Let's see. Eagle emblem that has been used by various German states. Okay. I could technically use this for another part of the tutorial or whatever I'm gonna call that. I don't really like how pronounced that part up here is, but oh well, that's fine. Russian marches work to make you even more productive if you yell and are emotionally insecure about something. Russian marches work to make you even more productive. They make you more productive if you yell and are emotionally insecure about something. So you have to be yelling and emotionally secure as a prerequisite? Is that what you're saying? No, pressure marches make you more productive. If you are emotionally insecure about something and are yelling, it helps even more. Also, it overrides that, I guess. Yeah. If you're actually angry, it will make you less productive. You need to be invigorated. You get what I'm saying? I think I get what you're saying. Like if you okay, so let's say like if your energy isn't if you're not uplifted, let's say, and your energy is like not in order, then it will help you, I guess. But if you are already amped up, then it's less effective. Maybe, is that what you're saying? Oh, let me get the finished coral painting. I said coral, but I meant shell. But yeah. That's how it turns out. It's actually looking much better on stream than it is in real life. There's a depth to the color that isn't there. Most likely due to the paints that I'm using, because it turns out I'm using pretty cheap paints. So they don't have enough pigment to actually make that depth. Although, if I cover this with resin, we'll see. Maybe that will help it out. Yeah, like if you're mad, then it won't help as much as if you're not mad and just invigorated. Gotcha. Oh, I'll show the scan of it too then. So because of the light penetration of the scanner, there are parts of it that were white on the surface, but then they had color underneath that were penetrated through. So some of the highlights aren't quite as bright as they would look like on the painting itself. But I could use it for something, I guess. I could just give it away as a gift, probably. This monitor is so washed out, so I don't really know what you're talking about. Oh. No worries then. Okay, so painting time. Or at least starting a painting time. I have this that I can maybe start after. Or would this work for... No, it'll be too small. Because what I wanted to do was have a pumpkin wide and tall, and then a black cat here, but this feels too small for that, so I'll get a bigger canvas. This can be used for maybe just one pumpkin or something, or one other scene that has like a large subject matter. But let me get a bigger canvas. So this one is not even gonna, these are not gonna even, yeah, these are not gonna fit. So I need to zoom out. I need to move this a bit here. Alright, so we got this one, which is roughly the size of, I mean, like, it's big, it's way bigger technically, but it's not so much bigger than a piece of paper that I can't scan it. So we'll use this. And okay, so we got pumpkin here, tall pumpkin here, a little bit of it going out the top maybe. And then the cat here. That works. Like, if I were to go even larger, it's this one. And I'm not scanning it in that case because it's too big. But it might have too much space. Like if I'm doing the pumpkin here, and pumpkin up there. Or it could work. Like, it's usually, everyone likes bigger and bigger canvases, that's usually the way it goes. So, let me see what the plan. Plan for it was to make hard to show. Make the two pumpkins like that, and then have the cat be kind of lying down, but in between them. And I initially started with a portrait style, but I feel like too much of the second pumpkin would be lost in that case. I think I'll use this one. Because the thing is, if it turns out to be a good painting, I can always repaint it on larger if like someone likes it. I'm starting to like think like that now. Also, the pansexual flag on this model looks exactly like the same flag of Luxembourg. I have no idea what the pansexual flag is or looks like. Macho Glove is back. Yeah, hello, Screen Hermit. Let me see what that is. They all have flags. What are these? Flag. Oh. Okay, so on your monitor that looks... Damn. And then the Luxembourg flag, that must be like... Luxembourg flag. What the heck? Those colors are way off on your monitor. Yeah, I understand it being washed out, but it's also the there's like color shift on the red basically. There's some a lot of magenta in the other flag, the pan one. Yeah. But yeah, hello Screen Hermit, how you doing? We're about to start a painting. We finished a tree illustration just now, but gonna start a painting. I think for this size, there was another suggestion that someone made about 3 reapers rocking out. So it gave me the imagery of maybe a scene with Day of the Dead looking characters playing some jazz. I'll probably paint that or start painting that throughout October. So I'll do that one bigger, like this size. I think that would be decent. Or would it be better like this? It could work like this too, because then you get a more of the figure inside of it. If it's like this, maybe I will actually use this then. No, it feels too small because it'll have 3 characters in it, so 3 characters in the background is probably going to need a little bit more space. I'm alright, getting ready to head to bed, so I might as well spend my time before then here. Okay. Thank you for spending your time here. I'll try to work a little quickly so you at least get something out of it. Pastels could also work with the Grim Reaper thingy. you're wondering why I'm doing it like this, it's because I can use the sheets of plastic or something. The not porous surface, I can use it for something. Packaging for when I send stuff to people, or just something to spread when I'm working with messy liquids. Gonna use good old acrylics? Yes. Okay, so... And the idea was this. Let me zoom in again so you can actually see what this is. Oh, actually. I'm gonna need... Let me test the glare. Okay, the glare is not bad, it's just the color that's off. But we'll deal with that later. Well, that's me hell if I get someone's car impounded even when they didn't violate the law. Depends on the brand of the car. Nice answer. Mercedes-Benz S-Class, you're good then? You don't like the Mercedes-Benz S-Class? What is the Mercedes-Benz S-Class? Let me see. Ah. Looks kind of generic. Looks kind of generic. There's a... It looks like it's... Is it a newer version of the Mercedes? How new is this? What year is this? Okay, what year is this specific model? This thing is giving me the whole history of... Okay, 2025 is the one that I'm probably getting, I guess, right? I'll just assume that it's modern, because the computer models are all doing this to every single company. They're trying to round out and basically discharacterize the identity of a lot of cars, because you can get more fuel economy out of more aerodynamic designs, and it's affecting a lot of brands. Gosh, give me a warning before you flash me. That one's not done yet. It's a commission piece, but almost done with it. But yeah, I'm a person who prefers like angular design, so I have my bias. Should paint stripes all over them? I don't know if that will help. Base color. Base color. Base color would have to be a bright yellow, just like the other. Just like this one. Maybe a little darker. Potentially. Maybe a gradient, actually. I'm like thinking out loud. I'm just talking to myself. Base color purple and black checkerboard. For this art, I don't know if that will work. Alright, last time for me to check this. We need a pumpkin here. Yeah. Pumpkin here. Will take up this much space. The cat will take up this much space here. And then the other pumpkin is going to be in the back. There. And then it'll be... Okay. Cool. So the other pumpkin is going to get cut off. But the thing is that they're going to get cut off one way or another. So like one pumpkin or the other is going to get cut off. The idea for the painting is, yeah, Halloween theme. It's I made a list. I don't know if you were there for that stream. If you weren't, if you weren't, basically what I did was I asked everyone for ideas, and I got a bunch of ideas. Probably not going to go through all of them, or probably not going to get to all of them in October. But I'll get through some. You're free to give me a suggestion if you want. But yeah. Actually, Christmas theme. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Stream. It was the ones that I liked is there's a trio of Grim Reapers playing instruments from the 80s rocking out. That's the literal prompt from, I think it was Het. The black cat with the pumpkin was my idea, but someone also suggested that. There's some Alice in Wonderland, the game Madness Returns. There's some suggestion from someone about that, which is, I like that game a lot and the art style of it, so that's a good one too. Yeah, and the other ones, they're kind of vague, so I don't really know what to make of them yet. But yeah, let me get started here. Great, this is... Paintbrush is kind of stiff. So the idea is cat. Oh crap, this is a lot of light. Okay, not really helping there. I mean, just move it here, I guess. Maybe. Why is it so bright? Okay. It's impossible. There's a cat. The cat is going to be in between two pumpkins. And that's basically it. I wanted to zoom in to kind of explain what my notes are saying here, but that's the basic idea. You can see it fine? Okay, well, that helps me out. You're gonna do some sort of Inktober thing? No, the Inktober list is absolute garbage this year as well. So, if I ever do Inktober again, I'll probably make my own list. I'll probably get you guys to make the list for me if you guys are still around by then. If I'm, what's it called? If I'm up for it. Because, it'll be an ink drawing every day, right? Yeah, Inktober was started by some dude, Jake something. I can't remember his name exactly. It's a Canadian cartoonist. Yeah, and basically the idea was originally you have to draw one ink drawing a day. Has to be on paper. It was a lot stricter, basically, is what I'm getting at. And now it's basically been reduced to do whatever you want every day. So, or not even every day. It's just become like, and that's the issue with rules. Once you get rid of one rule, you're like, let's, what else can we get rid of? And eventually it's just like, there isn't really any challenge. Lippish P13. High speed bomb aircraft. Josef Hubert. Oh, it was an experimental or conceptual aircraft. Oh wait a minute, I've seen this. I mean, like, not in real life, but I've seen this in I think it was like illustrations or something. This thing looks sick. It looks like a drone almost. I mean, like, I guess the passenger seat is right there, but yeah. Luftwaffe. Coal-powered. What? That's crazy. Coal-powered jet that would crash into other planes. Suicide plane. Why would they build that? Why would you even want to do that? Like a battering ram? It's not even Japanese. Germany came up with some crazy ideas. Oh. Makes no sense. You'd have to train a pilot, and just for him to expend himself like that doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of weird stuff that logistics don't make any sense. Okay, first let me get the pencil, because I could easily screw this up. They actually gone through with the idea maybe we could end fast there. Yeah, there's no way you guys are seeing this, so. Probably not, but it was a joke. Yeah, it's one of those ideas that like I question because the Germans aren't stupid. So when you have to contend with, okay, the logic of this doesn't make sense and the thing being there and there's an inconsistency and I'm just like, no, that doesn't make sense. Interesting concept though. Like they would never do it is basically what I'm getting at. Stupid, no, desperate, yes. The thing is that it would, like, if they're desperate, it would cost a lot less to, you know, produce some badly made missiles than building an entire plane and training a a pilot. You know, it would probably cost less for more desperate measures. You know, by 1944, the Germans were not smart. That was seriously considered. I have my doubts. No, definitely stupid. How are you gonna win a war with a negative? Build it to withstand the impact? There was a okay, so like in one of the stories that I was writing, um, and funnily enough, it was for that World War era, World War II era, except it's alt history. The Japanese invented a plane that was like that, except it had like giant samurai swords for wings. Not exactly samurai swords, just like really hard blades at the ends of the wings, and they were doing that, you know, dancing through the skies and cutting down their enemies. But the ore for that was only found in their mountain. What's it called? Mountain Fuji. I wrote a whole thing about that, and it's just sitting there because the story was too much like Battle Angel Alita. If you guys know what manga that is, um, the main character was basically the same character as that, like AOT but planes. Yeah, basically. Yeah, and then there was also like zeppelins, like blimps or airships that were also being used. Like they wouldn't technically be what's it called? It wouldn't be smart, I guess, to have those being deployed in war. Um, but you know, fiction. It was a diesel punk universe that I was writing, so yeah, it was cooler in my head, I guess. Zeppelins were actually used in war, but only during the first war. Yeah, it makes sense for it to only be used in the first war, but once you get the once you get the, what do you call them? Uh, Anti-air and uh, jet engines and all that into the picture, I don't see them being viable. They were used in Second World War. Zeppelins in real World War II are actually a whole idea because to sustain lighter than air flight with enough armor, there's just nothing that can do that. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, fairly early. Okay. And not to mention, they use tons of decoy blimps. Oh, so they just kind of crudely construct them to pull pull fire. I don't know if you played Command Conquer Red Alert, but like the Kirov, the what's it called? The blimps that the Soviets used in that game. Those used to crush. Once you get one or two or three, it's you get them fast and it's like it's GG. Especially with the promotion mechanic, because then they can actually heal themselves. But yeah. Okay, well I guess if cavalry was used in early World War II, I guess Zeppelins aren't that hard to believe. Cavalry was used throughout World War II. Not actual cavalry, horses, yes. Gotta love Diesel Punk. I need my technology to weigh 10 times more and have 3 times the issues. Yo, I love Diesel Punk. Cavalry was used throughout the entire duration of World War II. 9? I mean, you're just wrong, but alright. Oh, this is wrong again. I hate it. I hate when I do this. I should have really been simple about this. This is how you erase on a canvas. Well, if it's pencil. I think it's hard to believe the cavalry was used throughout World War II, but them using bikes is so much more reasonable. Cavalry was used, I think, by Poland, which was annihilated by ground infantry, and no one dared to use them since. No, it's wrong. Horses were used transports goods, but not actual combat. No horses were used in combat for the entire duration of war. I could admit you're wrong. We can still talking. Can't you guys just Google it? Ask ChatGPT. Or whatever. Whatever the Google AI, I guess, is. Grok, is this true? I don't know if you guys use Twitter, but that's how it is. The pumpkins don't fit. That's interesting. You may have read some books that might be made by subject experts. Grok, I took Tylenol while pregnant. Will chasing it with Y neutralized the microchip that causes gayness in my baby. So this is obviously a case where I don't have enough room. Maybe I chose the wrong size of canvas after all. Maybe I should have chose a bigger one. Because I'm gonna have to shrink everything down. Go like this. Like this. Like the initial pass where I was drawing them really big is based on the first feeling that I got for the sizing of the stuff. And I have to kind of resize them in my head so that they make sense. Grok, I took the flu vaccine and my child get autism 2.0. 2.0. That's what I was taught in school, which is why I thought what I did. It was in elementary school, high school. I wouldn't trust it too much. I think that's the American things. It was a British history course. Yeah, generally speaking, or generally, if you aren't actually studying on it and actually reading into things super deeply, you'll probably get a more flawed view. Apparently, there was some fringe cavalry units throughout the war, so I guess right there were cavalry in World War II. And there are biplanes from World War I that have been used in the past 25 years in war. Biplanes. Oh, propeller. Okay, propeller aircraft. Fixed wing. A lot of them, I think, they probably got repurposed in America. Because obviously our Air Force, when we're deploying it, we bring the aircraft over in carriers. And that pretty much is, you know, the cost to bring a plane like that isn't worth it. Sad must your Air Force be to include biplane. I don't think they probably won't be used to engage, but unless you're like your enemy is technologically completely inferior, I guess then you could use them, but to my knowledge, only low-level nations like Afghanistan, and you get it use biplanes recently. They have engaged with like low-level nations. Oh, I need to make sure that this isn't gonna set off any copyright on YouTube. Okay, we're good. Anytime there's a song, right, like with a vocal track, I need to double check it. Imagine using modern aircraft to fight World War I era biplane. Isn't there a model of a new model? I don't know if it's like they made it yet or what, but or maybe they discontinued like research into making it. There was a plane. I don't know if they ever like have like made it to be used. Oh no, they couldn't. Yeah, never mind. So there was a plane that they were trying to have it. It's like a jet, I guess. No wait, was it a jet? It basically is a modern version of the front propeller plane, but the thing is that the front propeller had to spin so fast that the spinning of the propeller was causing constant like breaking of the sound barrier. And it had like a bunch of other problems. I guess they didn't use that plane. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Lumen? I don't know why I'm asking you, like it feels like you would know, I don't know. And then there's another plane with it goes from oh, hello Kenjamin, how you doing? Bring a knife to a gunfight. You have a video of a fighter jet from the US shooting down a biplane down. I don't know, but that makes sense. It's where you transition to other kinds of propulsion. How's everyone doing today? Good in yourself? I'm doing pretty good. Glad to hear you're doing good as well. I'm basically preparing some, like the title says, preparing some October projects. It still feels way too tight the way I have this here. Maybe I should be using a larger canvas. And what I mean by tight is like there's no space. And the painting that I have in mind is it needs some breathing room. And I need some water. You just make it smaller and add details? Yeah, but the pumpkin would be like in this space, and the cat in this space. And this pumpkin's up there. It still feels kind of tight. Like usually my paintings are usually one subject matter, so this one is like kind of like 3. So I should get the bigger one. The bigger canvas. Like if it was just one pumpkin, I could have it like that and then I can have the cat here. But yeah. I'm doing better than the Polish cavalry of 1930. I'm doing great. I ate 2 sleeping pills and now I'm 8 times more productive. Damn. You have the opposite effects. Does it still work? The dinosaur? Yeah, you can throw those all over the screen, I guess. I could make this work. If I have the cat like sort of peeking out from the side here, and like maybe a paw over here, I could make this work because then it has a reason for being so congested, because it's like, okay, the cat's hiding in between the two pumpkins, and it's like you get that feeling of a enclosure, I guess. So let's stick with the plan, or the it's whatever how this is going. Let's keep it going with this and have the cat, or the kitten rather, head right here. We got a rule of thirds being like here and here. Rule of thirds is basically a way of dividing things to find like the optimal measurements for the composition. And it's like a subliminal law for design and visual arrangements and stuff like that. Subconscious stuff. Been a while. Nice that you're doing stuff like this. Thank you. Good night, my favorite. Oh, good night. Have a good rest. I didn't get started, but maybe if you pop in again, you'll see how it goes. If you rotate the rule of thirds 7 degrees to the left, it's better. Really? Where'd you get that from? Or do you mean in this particular painting here? Or not a painting yet, but you did a study. People thought it looked better and more natural. Is there any reason why? Do you know if there was a reason for it, or that's just the consensus? That's to do with light refraction, perspective, and a lot of angle measurements. Oh. Yeah, I've never heard of this. There are like some weird things with how the eye itself processes images. Or the eye doesn't process images, it just, you know, the sensory organ, but the curvature of the eye and stuff like that, and how it receives light. Maybe that has something to do with it. Is there maybe a natural head tilt that a lot of people have too? I don't know. I was sent death threats from people who peer reviewed it, so never publish it. Why? Why you send death threats? What did they say? Wow, you're so cool. They also thought I was a particular political belief, and they thought I did other stuff which I didn't do, but they thought I did. How is that related to the rule of thirds being 7 degrees to the left? Am I missing a reference? I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of anything. If I'm missing a reference or not getting a joke, you have to let me know. Sounded weird, but the way I had written it sounded like I supported eugenics. How? Big shock. How would you have written it? Better not to think about that. Okay. It's often better to think about what was done to someone and less of what they did, because if you say that, if you say what they did, it could make it sound like what was done to them wasn't as bad as it actually was. Those lyrics are rap good. Not lyrics to rap card. I want it to be a kit, and then I have to adjust the proportions possibly. The way it looks like is gonna develop differently than how it is right now, so I'm not gonna stress too much about it. Yeah, this is gonna be paints, inks, markers, blend of all those. Paint. Acrylic paint. Ever been to Westerworld? No. I've never been to Germany or really anywhere but America, Canada, and South America. All American. Really. Great place. Yeah, I know. Europe is coveted. So yeah, Germany is definitely somewhere I want to visit eventually. France, Italy, a couple other places. Why is Bella Ciao on your playlist? Bella Ciao? Where's Bella Ciao? Bella Ciao. Wait, I know. I only heard about that. What's it called? Never mind. Audio's broken. I only heard of Bella Ciao recently. I didn't know what that was before, and I already forgot. I think it's some communist shit or whatever. Communist. Oh, I was right. Okay. The communist song the Soviets used to stage an uprising in Italy. Yeah, it was Italian, and then I was like confused because, yeah, the Italians were pretty sure they're like fascism originated in Italy. I think. I don't know if that's true or not, but Fascist Manifesto is Mussolini, I think. Okay, so now what I use for the base color, it's got to be like this, I would think. Oh, I need to make the tail. No, definitely adjust the proportions of the face. I need to make these eyes larger, I think. That will make it look more like a kitten. Because it's supposed to be a kitten and the head looks too much like a full-grown cat while the body's proportions don't match that. It was similar to the song Der Heimlich Aufmarsch. Heimlich Aufmarsch. Oh, with what it was saying. What was it saying? Lyrics. English. Which that song was about how all Western powers pretty much were fascist and take arms against them, used in Eastern Germany. Oh, kind of like now, where you want to have a sit down and have a talk, fascist. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because with the culprits of the Charlie Kirk assassination, they either had that in their, can't remember if it was in their Discord or if it was like carved on the gun or if it was carved on the bullet shells or whatever. But yeah, that's the only place that I ever heard it I only heard of it recently, right? So there's some people trying to consolidate power into a dictatorship. Bullet casing. Oh, okay. Was he a political activist that was a fascist? No. He was a lukewarm, like to me, from my point of view. He was very moderate and very Christian. Like soft Christian, not even hard. Political activist and commentator, or yeah, that kind of figure. Not American, I don't know who to hate. It's not worth it to like spend the energy to figure that out, because in the end it's the government's interest against the people's interests. So who's going to screw me over less, I guess. Maybe that's the same in everywhere. But for him, it was just going to college campuses, engaging people in mostly good faith dialogue. Sometimes, you know, you gotta get the gotchas and whatever. I'm sure that it's like what's it called? Most of the clips that people see, probably. They just always make the manipulators of society win. Yeah, you could just for me and my family, it's been years that we were like this, but we pay attention just to know what's going on, and we kind of prepare to navigate situations. Like right now, the main thing for us to do is move out of cities, move as far as out of cities as you can, get some sustainability. It doesn't have to be like, you know, full off the grid living, but networking with those people. We have some networks throughout the church and such, because the church owns large properties that we go to, like for conferences and campground stuff and whatever else. Can't rely on the government for anything. Okay, this makes more sense here. Alright, I'll expand the eyes to that size because it looks like they should be. I saw a quote somewhere. Let me paste it 1 second. Alright. So we got a little heart symbology going on here. The hidden heart. Yeah, some history gooner wrote this. Dead people are not good arbiters of peace in war, however they are the point the uneducated use to attempt to reason themselves as the arbiter of said peace in relation to war in hopes to end it. That's a lot. So just reminded you of that. So the arbiters of said peace in this case, who would that be? The people who are calling to lower the temperature, or the people who are trying really hard not to death march? The uneducated would be the people who fearmonger over casualties in war. It's kind of psychotic. I'm trying to figure out, like, one side there's okay, so there's a sense on the left, let's say, right, where it's like they're now afraid that the right is going to attack them because a guy that was far left, let's say, perpetrated the attack. And people who are far and moderate left really either celebrated it or supported it, like in like sentimentally at least. And there are some motions, I guess, some things at play which are probably going to end up expanding government powers in terms of regulation and I wouldn't really say censorship, because the rules are actually already in place. They're just going to be applied more strictly. So if you're an uneducated person and you want the war to end, you're going to use casualties to try to argue that your demands of peace should be met. Okay, yeah. The thing is that in this case, like, it's not really a war, right? So it's like not a one-for-one application, but the casualty is one of their own making. If we're talking about the left being uneducated, but it's more, they're more so just psychotic, really. The ones who support it, of course, not like, any and everyone. Yeah, it's just elaborating on the quote, but you could say that in application to that context. the eyes are not entirely in line here, but that's fine. I can kind of fix that as I go. But time to finally tone it. I think I'm just gonna go with the yellow. This yellow. Same yellow as the paintbrush, funny enough. Okay, so this is gonna smear, I think, but oh well. Because what I should have done was put it first, right? Oh well. What I can do to maybe reduce that is use a spray bottle. Need more paint. Got some orange. I could potentially use this for something, but the actual color for this is called Indian yellow. I guess because it looks turmeric-ish. Oh, I found it. Right here. This was the second one that broke open, so cool. I can use a lot of this out before it ends up drying up. Okay, need to mix it. So the idea for this is gonna be, for the lighting is gonna be dusk. There's gonna be sections that are more in shadow, so I'm gonna have to maybe use like a purplish grays, I think that would probably work in those areas. And then towards this side, we're gonna have a brighter sun color, so I'm gonna mix this orange with some yellow. Yellow or white? Maybe some white? White, yeah. This is gonna be more reflective. Like around here. Oops. I accidentally mixed black into it. Okay. Since that happened, because my palette's a mess, the orange was beside the black and then it ended up falling into... I'm just gonna start kind of doing this to indicate where I'm gonna put the shadows anyways, so... That's the cat's tail. That's gonna be more purplish, bluish. Ever heard of Kyrielius? Kyrielius? No. What is this? Kyrielius? What is this word? Medical term. Is it the one referring to the plague? That's the first thing that popped up for me. Some kind of plague. Iteritis. Means Lord have mercy. Damn. What does that mean? Misspelling of Kyrie Lycian. Eleison. It's a Greek phrase. Oh, a Greek phrase mean what? Used in Christian liturgy. Okay, so in the Greek expression, it's a prayer, meaning Lord have mercy. And for the medical term, it's referring to that plague thing that I got when I first Googled it. I would think that, oh yeah, it says here, it's mostly like Roman Catholics and Greek Orthodox who would know about that. But yeah, I was gonna assume that it's more of their thing. Makes sense, I'm not subscribed to all the variations. Oh crap. Brush is dirty, so should have expected that to happen. Oh yeah, I meant to ask this a while back. Do you have any favorite paintings or painters from Germany? Because like from my mind, pretty much all the ones I know are from, or most of them that I know are like French. Seems like a question such of a specific answer. No, not that. I just realized that's funny. Okay, so with the exception of that guy, who else? I forgot about his what's it called? Cut short career. Oh, okay, found one here. Yeah, this is the one I liked, but I didn't know that this guy did other paintings that I like. So let me copy this. Okay, so it looks like that's... I mean, he's done other nice looking paintings, but that one in particular is probably the best one. Wander Above Sea of Fog. It's like a super iconic painting by Caspar David Friedrich. He's apparently one of the most famous German painters. Oh, there's another one here. Man and woman contemplating the moon. That one's nice too. But yeah, don't really know much else. I would say Albert Speer. Let me see who that is. Albert Speer. German architect. Oh, architects, right? They do have those. Okay, so he was a war production Nazi Germany during World War II, close friend of Adolf. Let's see what his art looked like. Art. Oh shit, these are nice. So these are these more so drawings than paintings? Or no, these are straight up architectures, like these were built, right? Yeah, I was more so asking for painters, but I can't seem to find his works here. Is Google working against me in this respect? Not too big into paintings. And yet you're here on a painting stream. I think I should use a palette knife for this because... No, actually, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'll just take that whole chunk. Only painter I can think of is John McWhorter, and he only painted German landscapes. He was Scottish. Scotland. Okay, let me search that guy up. Oh, nice. Yeah, these are nice. Beautiful. Dark. The back here, I don't know. Maybe I should suggest that there's something else back here, but probably gonna be darker anyways. Yeah. So. What are you gonna do with that cat? It's between me and the cat. How you doing, John O? Gotta make it Kaliko? What does that mean? What is Kaliko? Pretty good. That's good to hear. I'm doing pretty good myself. Oh, I shouldn't have taken that all the way to the edge. Because what we want... I can paint over it, whatever, it doesn't matter. We want some... what's the word? I can't think of the English equivalent word, I only know the Italian one. It's like... in Italian it's called... chiaroscuro, but basically I don't think there's a singular word for it in English. I can't think of one, but it's like ambient light or bounce light. It causes like a rim of, in this case it would be orange instead of that shadow color. So I have to go back and fix that. A calico cat. Oh, the species. Make it green, like someone injected it with tons of zinc sulfide. They did that to cat once. Damn. Why would they do that? What were they trying to do? Make it turn into some super mutant or something? Or just to change its color? I don't remember science. I don't know, make it a mummy cat. Too late. Oh, we're past the 2 hour mark. Okay, I'll go for the 3rd hour then. Let's see. Yeah, I should have saved the reference here for cats. Because now I'm looking for what their face looks like. Kitten face. Oh wait, not much of a kitten face here. Kind of screwed this up. I mean, I could kind of correct for it still, but that's fine. Okay, so the insides of the ears are seeming to be always white, or mostly always white. Let me see, black cat. Okay, they have lighter ears inside there, but the hair immediately on the outside is not. Okay, cool. 3 hours, crazy.
The previous definition has been blurred. Oh, the past is like a long river. With you, we started and it stood on the bank. Who would have thought it be caught in the whirlpool of tragedy, shading into numbness, my fear. I'm on the verge of losing my mind. The flame of war lit up the lifeless sky. Is so beautiful. Have I seen the light?
Ever read about the German peasants' revolt? Never. Okay, mentioned before, I'm mostly illiterate on history, and especially German history, because we had no real education. Never really developed an interest, because when you don't have much of an education on stuff, you don't really have a point of reference, right? So happened in 1524.
Still holding bravery, my friend. Oh, crouching in the dark, let down the cry. Come look up the sky to see the label. I can see. Meanwhile, we will meet again soon. It's true. Tenderly twilight come. The shining stars tell the end. No matter I'm in heaven or hell. Oh, always I hear the voice in the wind.
Are you gonna tell me about it? I'm assuming that you're typing, but no? Okay. All right. Have you been in a good state of mind recently? Yeah, my mind, it's pretty on, like it's pretty consistently the same, so there's not really much. Why? You haven't, or how have you been? That's great. Nah, Michigan. Hmm? Oh, is this a reference I'm not getting? Isn't Detroit like Michigan, but poor? Detroit is in Michigan, isn't it? This is gonna be funny if I don't know this. Yeah, it is. I guess if Michigan is poor. Yeah, it's in Michigan. Okay. Would have been funny, extra funny if I didn't know it because of working in logistics. We were shipping to the US like every week, so it looks pretty good on stream. It doesn't look that good in real life, but it's coming together nicely. The painting. So far, the only colors I've used is yellow and purple. I mean, I've used some white, but not really. I mean, at least you aren't wrong. It's like Michigan, but has less money than Michigan.
能拥
咦
梦想，不用去想，不用再想，快收起翅膀，多选一人，随他入梦乡。啊，为他承受恩怨，
Cat is not supposed to be brown, so I'm gonna have to
去守护他那
go over
美好的梦。
areas of it with black, but at least this should be a way of blocking it in.
只愿飞鸟从他梦中飞过，啊，为他承受安眠的歌，去守护他那美好的梦，为他唱出这梦中的歌。
But one day, an intelligence supersedes us and shows us how utterly worthless humans are. Are you misanthropic in that way? Or are you just dissatisfied? Well, I hate art. I hate people expressing themselves. Why are you watching me? That's pretty much all I do. It's pretty much all anyone does, really. Expressing themselves. And you're also assuming that super intelligent AI might not have any interest in the arts and whatever else.
朝日が虚しく昇る
If an intelligence so above us existed, then it'd show how meaningless we are in terms of computational power, and then we'll all see how useless art is. That's a assumption that higher and higher intelligence drifts farther and farther from the humanities. They could just kind of have their own version of it too. Because we really just call it the humanities because it's like stuff that we basically do and the other animals don't. But with their sophistication, they probably have their equivalent of it, a super intelligence. Because otherwise they're working from like, okay, so say animals are ground level intelligence, and then humans supersede that, and we start to do all this weird shit like art and religion and philosophy and whatever else. It could very well be the case that a super intelligence does even weirder stuff, rather than it becoming a sort of hyperlogical number-based entity that only cares to reproduce, because then that would be going to a lower level. Could always start that way though, and then become irrational. A superintelligence is not the way to define it. A hyper-powerful computational model that is granted extreme resources is what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, who is so stupid as making an AI sentient, you know? Is that what the goal is right now for the... like, assuming they already haven't done it, of course, but... I thought that was the goal with the AI research and all that stuff. That would require organic material to probably emulate the conscious parts. The reason why you'd have free will is because your organic defects, your brainstem is not the perfect conductor. I think last time we were talking about something similar to this, because that was pseudo-intellectualism requires at least 50% intellectualism. I was talking about how the neural network doesn't actually think like a human brain. It's like an advanced algorithm or something. I think that's something like what I said. Basically, I was trying to explain that the current models for what we call AI are nowhere near what an artificial intelligent or sentient AI would have to be to like actually be called that. But now you're saying that it requires organic parts, or at least like, you know. Don't remember that. As a matter of fact, I don't remember using this account until I saw I was subscribed on here. Is that right? Do you have a condition? Because right now it's like seems like you're more so talking about the fact that we can only build microprocessors so small before I guess they start to melt from the electricity running through them, and now we need an organic substitute because that will work better. No, that's not the issue. Quantum tunneling, that's the issue. What is quantum tunneling? Well, neural networks emulate how a set of neurons work. However, this still doesn't mean you can make it conscious unless you have organic matter.
み間を照らす月の明かり螺旋の先で希望を探す空を泳いで俯瞰する
Basically, when you make the processor so small, the walls of the semiconductors, like electrons, pass through them because of quantum tunneling. It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Is it like something to do with? The only thing I remember something about quantum this and that is like electrons appearing and disappearing. Is that anything related to that phenomenon or just something entirely different? Big math words, Albert Einstein, unfair. Yeah, it's all just a probability function of whatever it goes through or not. I wouldn't want to speak on it much because I'm not the most educated on these matters. I understand. And on what you said earlier, I don't have any issues the way you implied it implies I have issues. I'm clearly a responsible, reasonable, logical person, and you can see it in our conversation. Well, you're literate. That's more than I can say for a lot of people. So at least there's that. The way you said it implies I have mental issues. Yes. What evidence do you have of that? Pure speculation. To watch an art stream with, I guess, very little interest in it, if not, as you mentioned, disdain, perhaps. Inconsistencies, I guess, just in input output. I would think you would have history or scientific communities, or I don't know if anyone streams that stuff, but there's gotta be, right? Like, people stream everything nowadays. I don't know. Define consistencies in input output. Let me think. Oh, it's like more so what I already said, I guess. Like, if you input time and energy in a stream like this, where the person you're talking to, me, and the community at large, isn't literate really in any of the subjects that you have an interest in, or have an interest in really even, I guess, like, learning about it even. A lot of people. Like, I don't mind, but it just seems like energy directed in a direction that isn't going to get the result. And obviously I'm assuming that you want a community or someone to talk to about these things because you're talking about them. Yeah, so that's basically what I mean by inconsistencies and like input output. I don't want to be in those communities because they could know more than me. So that actually bothers, like, guess it does bother you because you brought it up, but maybe you could listen to Russian marching, because then I think you said something about it takes care of emotional insecurities. I don't know. Wouldn't you want to have people know more than you? Because then you could just learn. It's like free upgrades. Oh shoot, yeah, oh crap. Damn. I lost track. Alright, so we made a lot of progress actually. I gotta get the ground plane in, but then I'd have to admit I'm worse than them in any way. But isn't that a given? There's always going to be someone on subject matter that has more knowledge than you, so it's like an already established fact. And the only way to remedy that is actually by engaging and taking their knowledge. Yeah, but if I don't talk to them, then I won't have to go through that pain of submitting to them. Okay. Basically a full painting and then that sketch in the start. Yeah, pretty much. I would say we're about 40% in. But yeah, gonna have to wrap it up. Alright, let's see. What is this here? Like, I know more than you on the German peasants' revolt. I don't want anyone being better than me. I hate those people. That's why you're really cool. Maybe the wording is a little harsh, but you get what I mean. Great stream. I actually don't get what you mean, but maybe next time you can further explain it. But either way, that's all I have today. Yeah, that's pretty much. I was moving it to see if it was like making a glare that was interfering with how it looks. But pretty much we're going somewhere with it at least, so cool. See you guys either tomorrow or on the weekend. Bye. Oh, people on Kick. I'm just about to end. I don't know if you guys are being sent in by a raid, but I'm right about to end here. I was doing a... Yeah, who sent you guys? Because I don't get any notifications for like who sent the raid. I'm assuming it's you, Cody. just because you have a check mark. Oh wait, someone else has a check mark. Okay, my guess was right, Cody. Thank you, Cody. What were you up to? Yeah, I don't know. If I had a way to do this, I would redirect people somewhere else, but I don't know how to do it. Either way, you guys have a good one. See ya. Oh, shit, you're doing drawing painting? Okay, I'm gonna check you because I do want to follow artists everywhere, especially on Kick. It's so hard to find people on Kick that are doing art.